never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever. Hey team, I wanted to make another video on strength training for runners. I know a lot of you out there are trying to get stronger. Maybe you're a middle distance runner or you're a long distance runner, and I've gotten a lot of great questions over the years and since I've had this channel, and as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com regarding strength training, and is it something that will help you get to the next level in your training and racing? And obviously it is, but just know that also there's definitely a lot of different facets of strength training. Okay, I've talked about in other videos about pull running, getting into the deep end of a pool and really focusing on working on your form and using that water pressure to keep you above water. If you're not wearing a flotation device, pool running is a very difficult workout. It's much like running on land, but the good thing about pool running in terms of strength training as a strength training tool is there's no impact on your ligaments and on your joints. So you can do fartlek workouts, you can do tempo runs, you can do long runs. If you're going to be doing long runs and you're planning on doing like 2 to 3 hour long runs, I would definitely recommend wearing a flotation device, because it's, you know, you're going to be running in that same position for a very long time. The downside to pool running obviously is it is extremely boring. But that being said, if you're dealing with an injury or you have some form of, maybe you have a sore calf or Achilles issue, getting in the deep end of a pool is a great strength training workout for runners, because again, like, there's no impact on your joints and on those particular areas of your body. And again, a lot of athletes ask me, should I do strength training on my easy days or on my hard days? I always recommend make sure you do your strength training workouts on the same days you do your anaerobic hard workouts, where track and field, where you're doing maybe repeat 800s or repeat thousands on the track, or you're out on the roads doing a hard tempo run. Do your strength training on the same day as you do your harder anaerobic workouts. That way you're focusing 100% of your time and energy on doing anaerobic type, explosive type activities on that day, and then focusing on 100% of your time on easy, relaxed running and recovery on the recovery easy days. So don't mix those two up. Of course, there's going to be times where as schedules need adjusted, and some days you're going to be, you just don't have the time, or you can't fit it in to do a strength training workout on your planned track day or tempo run day, and you have to do it on an easy day. That's going to happen at times, but the best you can, do the very best you can in regards to making sure that you're doing your strength training on the same day that you do your harder anaerobic workouts, so that again you focus 100% of your time and effort on recovery on those days that really count the most. As I mentioned, there's other forms of strength training, focusing on, you know, a lot of the top world-class athletes I've trained with over the years, mostly Ethiopians and Kenyans that I've lived with and trained with. They don't really get in the gym. They focus more on push-ups and sit-ups and crunches and planks. They do a lot of hill training. Okay, so hill training is a very big strength training recommendation and tool that I've used over the years as a form of strength training, because again, you're calling upon different muscle groups that you're using when you're doing strength training that you do not call upon and you don't really use as much when you're running on flat surfaces. Okay, so when you're running over hillier terrain, your heart rate goes sky high, you produce much more lactic acid, and again, the overall focus on strength training is, again, you want to work on breaking down less in the race. Okay, it's much more of an explosive type activity. So again, you're recruiting more fast twitch muscle fibers, and the more of those that we recruit, the more economical, the more efficient we're going to race at. And again, you don't necessarily have to be in the gym twice per week. In most cases, once per week is sufficient for most athletes that are middle to long distance runners and focusing on strength training. I also highly recommend, and this is a little bit more toward injury prevention, but if you're having any issues whatsoever with like sore shoulders, sore calves, sore hamstrings, go to a physical therapist and ask them,
ask them about dry needling. And any trained physical therapist, doctor of physical therapy, will be able to do that for you. It's much like acupuncture, but I've had dry needling done with sore calves that I've had, sore hamstrings. Actually, just recently, last week, I had dry needling done on my left hamstring that tightened up when I was doing mile repeats in a workout that I was doing last week. So without doing dry needling, usually it takes me about a month to over a month, up to like 2 months to recover fully from a hamstring strain or a calf strain. But with dry needling, Google it, research it, find out a little bit more information. Dry needling, they stick the needles in the very sore areas of your body, whether it's your shins or your ankles, your arms, shoulders, wherever it's at, and they will be able to move those needles in the tight area and help that tightness to be eliminated, okay, and help to provide more blood flow to the sore area and help you to recover quicker. Now, what I found is usually about 48 hours after I'm done with those types of workouts or those procedures, I feel much better and I can recover much quicker versus if I don't use dry needling. Now, it can be expensive. Usually it's anywhere from around $50 to, it's not really that bad. It's usually about $50 to $75 per procedure. It takes about 30 minutes. They'll stick the needles in the sore area of your body, and they'll also put electric stimulation on those needles as well. So that will help, again, improve overall blood flow and help recovery. So definitely keep that in mind. But in terms of strength training for runners, focus more on explosive type activities, box jumps, medicine ball drills. You focus on your upper body, whether that's shoulder presses or bench press. Again, focus more on light weights and higher reps, but at times you can use heavier weights as well. But again, you're not in there to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Just focus on improving your overall core running muscles. And again, if you don't feel like you want to be in the gym, there's obviously, like I mentioned before, pole running. There is running over hills, whether you're doing hill repetitions. That again, any type of explosive type activities like strength training or doing running over hillier terrain, doing hill repetitions or running in the pool, you're recruiting more fast twitch muscle fibers because, again, the overall goal here is to improve our lactate tolerance, the ability to clear our lactic acid and clear lactic acid faster than it's building up so that we can sustain our goal race pace for a longer period of time. And you're simply not going to be able to achieve that particular physiological adaptation by just running easy and relaxed aerobic running. Okay, so there's certainly a place for that. We have to make sure that we recover from the hard training that we're doing. So make sure that you're jogging on those easy days and not running too fast, and so that, again, you can continue to push your body hard over a long period of time. But make sure that with strength training, it helps to lower your chances of injury, dealing with any type of injury. So again, just take your time with it. Make sure that you're, again, not focusing on pushing yourself too hard too soon. Okay, and that goes also with training for, whether you're training for a track event or you're training for the roads. Don't try to get too fit too soon. Try to plan out your training and your preparation properly. And again, do strength training on the same day you do your anaerobic workouts. Okay, that way you're focusing all of your energy on just the easy days are supposed to be relaxed and easy. Slow down on those easy days. Jog. Don't get caught up in what pace per mile or pace per kilometer you're running. Try to enjoy those recovery days, because the hard days are definitely going to test you mentally and physically. I certainly know that for sure. Even training currently as a 48-year-old, it's very, very hard to continue to push the body hard and doing hard, faster anaerobic workouts. You have to make sure that you're jogging on those recovery days and slow down. Some of the world's top marathoners and middle to long distance runners run as slow as like 8-minute mile pace on their easy days. That's about 5 kilometer per kilometer pace, 5:03, somewhere around there. So just keep those things in mind in terms of as you prepare for doing strength training. I hope this video is helpful for you, just to get you thinking about some ideas to help you in your preparation. If you have any other things that's on your mind in regards to preparing for your races or strength training or any other topic, feel free to leave me a comment below. I'll reach back out to you and respond. If you're trying to get to the next level in your particular event, whether that's the 800 meter, 5K, or marathon, or ultra marathon, check out the resources below these videos as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com. I'm highly confident that they will help you get to the next level in your training. So thank you so much for your support. I'll talk to you all in the next video.